What's up, guys? This is Josh here, bringing you some Elder Scrolls Online footage. I just recently resubscribed to this game early last night and playing it into the early hours of the morning, and I really have enjoyed it so far. I just wanted to make a quick video to kind of show you guys what you could expect if you were to resubscribe to ESO here in early 2015. So, what really drove me to resubscribe was the whole justice system, and if you guys aren't familiar with that, what that pretty much is, it's a system in which it makes it more classic Elder Scrolls, like where you can steal and kill NPCs, and the guards will come after you, and you'll have to either pay a fine or you'll have to attack them and kill them, etc. And they're also adding their own little spin on it to, since it being an MMO, they're actually adding a PvP system of that. So essentially, if players can be guards, and if you are a criminal, they can kill you on site to claim a bounty and enact justice upon you, which is pretty cool, I think. I'll include all that information about the justice system down in the description if you guys want any more info on that. Check it out. So, just a few things that I really have enjoyed coming back to this game. I really have enjoyed the story and the quests. I remember when the game first launched, the quests were bugged, and you couldn't complete them, and there were so many bugs in the game that it was almost unplayable for many, including myself. It seems like all those are gone. I have definitely really enjoyed playing through the story so far. I am only level 8, so obviously I haven't seen the biggest amount of the content the game has to offer. But the story is very well done so far. It's fully voice acted, great voice actors. I have very much enjoyed listening to them and learning about their characters and their motives and what's going on in the world. I feel like that's very well done. And that goes for the main quest, but the side quests as well. I feel like that they are also definitely to the exact same quality, which is very, very good. Something else at launch that was really not the best was the combat. I felt that the combat was very sluggish, it was very unresponsive, and I'm definitely happy to report, like you're watching right now, the combat is very responsive, and when you actually swing your axe or sword and you hit something, it actually feels like you hit something, not just a hitbox or air. So definitely perks to ZeniMax for getting that figured out. That was honestly the biggest thing for me. I'm glad. I've really enjoyed it, so perks to you guys. So, another thing, which is also something I absolutely love about this game, the graphical fidelity of this game is phenomenal. All the zones look absolutely stellar. For an MMO, there are very few that can compete, especially when it's expansive as the Elder Scrolls Online. Very beautiful game. Performance-wise, it runs flawlessly. I do have a GTX 980 and Intel Core i7-4790K and 16 gigs of Corsair Vengeance, and I also have this installed on a Samsung 840 EVO, and it runs flawlessly. I get constant 60 over 60 frames easy, and cities it dips down into the low to mid 50s, which is definitely very good for an MMO, especially with many players on the screen. So definitely perks to them for that. So now kind of moving on to a few things that I really wish that they could improve on. I think they could improve on. I really found that in the two beginning zones, as I'll call them, the world itself was very underpopulated. I felt like it was very barren. The first zone is sort of a deserty. I do play on the Daggerfall Covenant, and I do believe, depending on which faction you choose, you have a different starting zone. And for the Daggerfall Covenant, it was very barren. It wasn't a desert, so that makes sense. But the second beginner zone was more foresty. It was kind of like an orc encampment, and it was very barren. I had full of forests, beautiful scenery, but just nothing there. I really think that they should definitely kind of populate the world more, maybe with NPCs, wolves, deer, and all that good stuff. That stuff was there, but it was so few and far between. I noticed the gaps more than I actually did it being there. And to me, that was the most important thing. I found that very immersion breaking myself. So, just something that I would definitely like to see in there. So, and something else that I really would like to see is more tutorials in terms for crafting. Me personally, I am not a huge crafter. I have never been a crafter in any MMO. I figured I would give it a shot in the Elder Scrolls Online, and I was kind of left with not knowing how to do it. Me personally, I think that a tutorial would be very good, an in-game tutorial for people like me who just don't do crafting, but also people who actually want to play this game, but they've never played an MMO before. I think that an in-game tutorial would definitely benefit them. Obviously, they could go onto YouTube and go into the wikis and all that good stuff, but if it's in-game, it's there. They don't have to alt-tab out and go to all these other resources. So I just think that would be a great recommendation. And something else that also kind of puzzled me was there was not very much else to do besides bash stuff in the face with my axe or sword, which is quite fun, don't get me wrong. But aside from that, really the only things I've seen are questing and just picking up crafting materials. I haven't really seen any other side activities. And I don't know if maybe those come in later on. As I said, I'm very low level. I'm only level 8. So I'm not too sure, but from what I've seen so far, I don't really see any of that, and that does sort of worry me, because you can only quest so much and hit things in the face so much, no matter how enjoyable it is. But definitely something that I would like to see maybe added to the game. So they have been updating the game constantly with content updates. I believe they are on patch 1.5, and 1.6 is supposed to launch here this month or early in February, which includes a justice system that I mentioned earlier. From what I've seen, those updates seem to be geared towards more higher level players. Obviously, when you're a higher level player, you want stuff to do. But for lower level players as well, I think it would definitely benefit to have more content. I guess that can go back to my previous point of just having other side activities to do. So, now I know many of you are probably thinking to yourselves, well, is it worth a subscription? As I would see it right now, yes. I do believe it is. As I said, they have worked out many of the issues that I found at launch. I've been having a great time with it so far. I've loved it. I typically don't stay up till 4 a.m. to play video games, but I did for this game. I'm very tired right now, but trust me, it was worth it. It was incredibly worth it. So I would definitely, if you're really interested in it, I would at least pick it up. You do get 30 days game time when you do buy the game. It is $60, and you can get that from Amazon, Best Buy, Steam, and all those various outlets like you normally could any AAA release title. So I think it warrants a subscription. I highly recommend you guys take another look at it. Even if you played it before, I was very surprised when I came back, and I think you guys will be too. So, well, thank you so very much for your time. Thank you very much for checking out my video and all your support. Please like and subscribe, and if there's any other video games or any other topics that you would like me to cover, please just let me know in the comments. I do own a PS4 and Xbox One, and I do play many different genres of games, just not MMOs. So if there's something that you would like to see and have my opinion on, please just let me know. Thank you so much, guys. I hope you are having a very good new year, and I will see you next time.